Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Aaron here, Off the Scales Fishing. And in today's video, we're covering the Cast Echoes, the 5.4 and the 3.5. Let's talk about it. Yeah guys, so I kind of covered these baits on an unboxing video a few weeks back, or a few videos back, but I kind of wanted to do a little bit more of an in-depth video for you guys on these because I've learned some things since then. As far as, you know, there's 3 different ways to rig them, you know, different ways you can fish them. Man, arguably this is one of the hottest baits on the market right now. So let's get right into it. I think I kind of want to talk about the 5.4 first because, you know, this is my favorite bait out of them. The 3.5 is just a little bit harder to rig and you got to use a smaller hook. I just prefer the 5.4 because it's a lot easier to rig, and you know, to me, all around it's just got the better action. The 3.5 is going to be more of a drop shot type, you know, bait, but we'll get into that here in just a minute. So yeah, man, so the 5.4, I got this one in the Casper color. I really like this color. It comes in 3 colors right now. The Ozark color, you know, the Casper color here, and then the blueback herring. The blueback herring color is already, you know, sold out on Tackle Warehouse. I had a pack of those, but I've already went through them and stuff. But I really like this Casper color because it's got a little blue glimmer on it as well. So, you know, I thought it was going to be all white, but it's definitely got some blue glimmer, and it's definitely going to put off a little bit of, you know, flash for the fish and stuff like that. And these baits are really going to shine in like super clear water, I think, more than ever. So caught a few fish on these, still working with them and stuff like that. But let's get into the rigging portion of it, because, you know, I wanted to show you guys the rigging. These baits are pretty unique because you can rig them 3 different ways, which I think is super cool. There's a little rattle chamber, glass chamber in here that has some beads, but you know, I've taken that out because, you know, you can run the first way I'm going to rig it, I'll show you guys, and this is going to be more for your slow fall technique, because when this bait falls, it's going to do a very slow shimmy to the bottom, and then, you know, you're going to let it hit the bottom and then rip it back up off the bottom and then let it fall. So I like to use super light, you know, VMC Nico nail weights, your Demiki nail weights, you know, your you know, nail weights. And, you know, the less weight that you use, the slower the fall is going to be in the water, and it's just going to give those fish, I mean, that's why I like using lighter weight, because when this thing falls down in the water, man, it's going to fall so slow and it's just going to shimmy. It's going to be super hard for those fish not to bite it. Yeah, let's get into the rigging real quick. First and foremost, you're going to want a 90-degree line tie hook, okay? This is a Gamakatsu number 3. Also, you can get on Amazon, and Dr. Fish makes a hook in the size 3, but it seems like the 3/0 is about the perfect size for this. So basically, you're going to start about, well, there's a little line in the top of the bait, but you're going to go a little bit past the eyes right here, and all you're going to do, guys, is just run that hook in there like that, okay, and then run it up the hook a little bit, like so, and then you're gonna go ahead and bring it out right where that line is, and then you're gonna push it back like that, okay? And that's what you're gonna have right there, okay? Your line tie is gonna go right there, and that's what you got right there, okay? So then you're gonna take that glass chamber out with the beads in it, and then you're gonna take your nail weight and you're gonna drop it right down in there like so, okay? This rig right here, this particular rigging way right here is really gonna shine, like I said, on the fall, okay? Depending on the depth of water that you're fishing, you know, you may want to bump it up to, you know, a 1/8, 1/16. You know, there's so many, you know, different little finesse weights that you can use, but that is a deadly, deadly way to catch them right there, you guys. You know, it's all about the fall on this particular way that you rig it, okay? So, like I said, you're going to let it fall to the bottom and then just rip it off the bottom, okay? And then just let it fall, okay? And that's really all that's to it. To me, I really think this is going to be one of the, I think, the top ways as far as a finesse way to catch them when you rig it that way, okay? So that's rig number one, okay? So let's take that nail weight out. Okay, I already kind of showed you guys, you know, how to put that 90-degree hook in there, so I'm not going to do that again. But now all you do is now you're going to want to come with like your wacky Nikos, okay? Your nail head type weights, okay? Now this right here, this particular way for rigging is going to be deadly for schooling fish. You know, all you're going to do is just take that nail weight right there, your wacky Nico type, you know, style weight, and you're just going to put it right in the nose of that thing, okay? Super simple to do. Run that guy right in the nose, like so. And, you know, that's what you're going to have right there. You can bump your weight up if you're fishing deeper water. But the best thing about this rig right here, guys, it's going to allow you to absolutely burn it, okay, through the water, and it's going to run true. You know, the nose is going to be down a little bit, but it's almost like, I would compare this to almost fishing like a vibrated jig, or a not a vibrated jig, I'm sorry, a lipless, like a lipless, okay, because it's going to have that vibration to it, and you can just absolutely burn this thing. And sometime you burning it, burning that bait is going to make a fish react to it that much more, because I mean that bait is really trying to get away, you know, look like it's fleeing and stuff like that. So that is another deadly way to fish that, and you can fish that bait deep, no problem. Bump up your weight on the nose. But the best thing about this rig here is burning it, okay? Absolutely awesome way to fish it, all right? So that's number two. The third way to rig this bait is just to find your, you know, your normal ball jig head, okay? BMC makes a good one. BMC hybrid jig head. You know, that's one that, you know, Jacob Wheeler caught him really good using that Rapala Crush City freeloader on. You know, there's I actually found the 3/16, which, you know, the 3/16 is a magical weight for a ball head to, and then, you know, at that point you can do the hover stroll, you know, your side to side, you know, action and things like that. So that's what I was trying to say, man. This is just a super versatile bait that you can rig 3 different ways. And honestly, I don't think there's another minnow style straight tail or pintail on the market, you guys, that you can rig, you know, 3 different ways. That's why I just absolutely love, you know, this bait a whole lot. So that's okay. So I covered pretty much the 3 ways you can rig it, you know, super cool. So that's the way you can rig it. Now let's get into the 3.5. This one's smaller, much smaller, so it's going to take a smaller hook, obviously. Haven't played around with this one too much. I've just been fishing the 5.4 mostly. But to me, this guy right here on a freaking drop shot, man, is going to be absolutely deadly. You know, my favorite drop shot hook that I use is the decoy shot rig hook. You know, so it's this guy right here. You know, an open face hook. You know, any place that doesn't have a whole lot of weeds, you know, you can get away with you know, fishing a drop shot hook. And the best way to do that, man, is just to nose hook it on a drop shot. So, you know, all you're gonna do is just take that joker and, you know, run him just like so. And he's gonna sit on that hook just like that, man. And, you know, that is going to be, you know, when it's sitting sideways, when you tie that polymer knot or any kind of drop shot, you know, when you got that hook, you know, sitting perfectly sideways and you're sitting there shaking that thing, you know, down deep or whatever in front of their face, that right there, man, is just going to get flat bit. There ain't no doubt about it. So I kind of look at this one, you know, as more of a drop shot type, you know, minnow for drop shotting. So yeah, man, so that's kind of what I'm going to use that one for. But I just really wanted to take some time and do an in-depth video on these because I'm really happy these baits came out before ICAST, because if you guys been paying attention like I have, man, this by far is going to be the year of the BFS, you know, your bait finesse type stuff. There's so many different little minnow, you know, forward-facing minnows and sonar baits and that are coming out on the market right now, that, you know, you can pre-order right now. But man, a lot of these are going to be super hard to get your hands on. So pretty stoked about this bait that it came out before, you know, ICAST and all that stuff. Yeah, man, I think that's going to do it for the video, you guys. Super pumped to see, you know, all the new baits that are coming out on ICAST, and I'm going to try to get my hands on some of those for you guys, you know, to you know, to you know, show, you know, to fish those and show you guys how to, you know, rig them and the best way to fish them and all that good stuff. So you guys stay tuned for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I encourage you guys to, you know, check these baits out, man, because they are just some pure fish catchers. You know, go over to Cast, and, you know, any kind of, you know, they got all the underwater footage and stuff to these baits, man, and you guys check them out. I think you guys will really like them. I mean, I'm not sponsored by these at all. I mean, don't get me wrong, it'd be really cool to be sponsored by these guys, but, you know, I'm not sponsored. I just, when I see certain baits, man, that really catch my eye, I really like to share with you guys. So kind of funny to sit here and think that, you know, I'm talking about all these finesse, you know, baits and ways to catch them, because, you know, and that just goes to show you I've evolved, you know, quite a bit throughout the years when it comes to bass fishing. And, you know, there was a point in my life where I never even wanted to, you know, fish finesse type stuff, man. But we're in the dog days of summer right now, guys. And, you know, the only way you're going to get some bites sometimes is to, you know, is to get finesse on them. So, man, it's crazy when it comes to bass fishing, because, you know, you're constantly learning, you're constantly evolving, and constantly finding different ways to catch them. And, man, I just kind of, you know, getting into the more finesse side has really opened up my eyes to a lot of different things, man. And summer fishing, yes, it's a grind, but, man, to me, it brings out the best in you as an angler, man, because when you just got to have a bite and you break out some finesse stuff, whether it be the, you know, the drop shot or all these new minnows that are coming out with all these new, you know, techniques and stuff like that, man, man, it's just a whole lot of fun, man, to break out the spinning gear on them and just make them bite, man. To me, it just don't get any better than that. So that's pretty enjoyable. So any of you guys that, you know, are just totally, you know, power fishermen, or, you know, against the finesse stuff, which, you know, I feel like to a certain extent with all this bait finesse stuff and all the, you know, the new baits and stuff that are coming out, and how bass fishing is evolving, man, I just don't see how you couldn't get involved in that, man. You know, the whole JDM baits that are coming out from Japan, man, these guys have been doing that for a while. It's really, really starting to get popular here in the States. And is there any better way to catch big fish on spinning tackle, or spinning, you know, spinning gear? I just don't see it, man. I mean, there is no better way to catch them, you know, bigger fish. The fight's better, you know, just everything, man. So I encourage you guys to get into some finesse fishing if you're not already, which I'm sure you guys are. But man, I'm really starting to get involved in it, and I just absolutely love it. So, but anyway, I think that'll wrap up the video, guys. I appreciate you guys following along as always. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. Hit that notification bell so you get all my future videos. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you on the next video. Thanks.